So guys, just as Monsterup had promised, a few hours ago the beginning of the second act of the Zombie series was released, and honestly the turn-up of everything in the 60th episode was really an interesting one, as not only were we introduced to a whole new character, but a lot more than that. And thanks also to the improvement in graphics, characters' designs, and yeah, many more changes that would never go unnoticed before the ending of this video. Okay, and now what is this episode really all about? With this insane plot twist, it all began with, are the just introduced TV races really against the Alliance? What is the scientist really up to now in this new act? Is there going to still be a way to easily disinfect the infected ones? Well, before we go into the 60th episode in detail, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and now let's get into the very fun part of the show. Whereas the episode all began with a running character who's probably looking for a way to escape from the Alliance base, and a side clip of the Skibidi scientist together with a cameraman and also a person on the bed, and of course a very important detail on the wall with the inscription, Stimulation Attempt 146. Yeah, which could basically mean the current character on the bed is making it the 146th person being locked up for such an experiment or whatever, but we'll get to that later. But again, this frame wouldn't last long and soon be shown the running character once again delivering a heavy blow to a certain cameraman standing in his way. Okay, an object came up the screen again then with another powerful inscription that reads, Stimulator of the Gene V, after which the character once shown on the bed alongside the Skibidi scientist was seen being attended to. But once again, the running character would stumble on another set of people, a cameraman and Rock Skibidi version, cause yeah, man really looked exactly like him. Yeah. But anyways, he managed to escape from them and continued with his running while facing another direction. However, another frame would pop up again with another write-up on the screen that reads Gene V stimulated while the test injection is being withdrawn. Yeah, and now you could easily tell the Skibidi scientist is at it again, and maybe this time around getting it really right. While the running character would be shown again to have encountered another bigger personality in the series, the Astro Duchess, but he quickly ran off her and headed towards another direction. Okay, and right now it seems the earlier victim on the bed had finally been awakened as he was shown getting himself forcefully freed from the chain he was held down with on the bed. And this same moment also, the running character had finally made it out of the Alliance base, and lo and behold, it happened to be the energized TV man who was shown in the secret additional scenes of the Season 14 full episodes, who was brought down to the base by the Skibidi scientist back then on the verge of being the one with the Gene V substance in his body. Okay, and without wasting much of his time, he picked up one of the Alliance boats and zoomed off. However, the Alliance wouldn't stop chasing after him and immediately were seen at his back with their own boats as well. But soon enough, the energized TV man would arrive at a whole new and different location of the TV man and immediately find his way within the premises and the arrival of the Alliance members who were after him. Okay, these guys would soon get here also and begin searching through the buildings if they could see the energized TV man, but unfortunately they would soon get past their boundary, as there were certain inscriptions on a board on the ground that speculates the territory is mainly for the TV men and any unauthorized entry is going to be terminated, which I believed was unseen by these guys, and all of a sudden an unexpected flame beacon showing up from different angles, and eventually it happened to be the TV men who had teleported themselves down right here. I mean, the same men we were introduced to at the end of the last act episode. So yeah, the TV race is finally on the show right now, just as they promised. Anyways, they made the Alliance aware that the current territory they were strictly belonged to them and had only 10 seconds to leave. Hearing this, they never argued with them, and immediately the TV men teleported back. Okay, and now we were shown the energized TV man once again, who's still on the run, but unfortunately for him, he just had to encounter another set of infected characters, and this time around, these guys wouldn't stop chasing after him, and at a point where he thought he had escaped them all, he was unexpectedly jumped on by numbers of these infected characters, but in one or the other, he managed to escape from their hands without sustaining a single bite. Yeah, which made me think of this guy to have been basically immune to the virus 19. Yes, but it doesn't end there, as these guys wouldn't back off from their mission anytime soon, and all the energized TV man had to do was to keep on running for his life and finally found a way to escape and jumped over from that very place, unknowingly to him that even a bigger threat was already waiting for him, as he would soon be seen getting blasted by the zombie impactor toilet, becoming completely helpless on the floor. However, the next scene that came up next wouldn't allow us to see what happened here next, though, as the Skibidi scientists were now shown, giving the Astro Duchess together with the other available Alliance members order to make sure they bring the energized TV man back to him alive. And yeah, the episode ends there. However, what are your thoughts about this 60th episode, guys? Write whatever you think about the plot, the designs, and many other things you've noticed so far in the comments below, and check out this video to know what would have happened if all the titans in the Skibidi Zombieverse never got infected. See ya.